Hi, this is the video about Neuphony's new experiment feature. Firstly, you have to sign out of the app and sign in again so that everything refreshes. Here I can see my organizations inside. So here now next to the session, you can see a new experiment tab, and this is where everything happens. That's what we'll be talking about. So I'll click on experiment and a small pop-up regarding how you can get started. So I'll skip this for now. So now these are a list of experiments that I have tried to create, which are either published or drafted. I'll create one right now here for you, which will show you how to build one and what things are involved. So I'll create an experiment. Here you can keep the experiment name. For now, I will make it as Visual P300. That's what we'll be. The duration of the calculation and the baseline description. First thing that happens in an experiment is the baseline. That's what we measure, and based on that baseline, we are able to measure the focus and relaxation while you're performing different tasks. So for the baseline description, let's say I will add some text that I want the user to see while he is performing an experiment. Let's say relax and avoid movement, right? I want the user to see, so I tick this checkbox that says show description as an instruction before the task begins. The minimum duration of baseline is 1 minute, right? So that's what we do. This is an introduction page of the baseline task. And here you can add a stimulus. It could be either an audio file or an image file or a video file. For now, I will add an image file which talks about being relaxed. And this is the image I have uploaded that says sit back and relax. I do not want any instruction right before the image. So I will skip that and I will set the duration for 1 minute because that is essential. I click at save. Now, after 1 minute, you can see the baseline is ready here. So the task can start now and you can introduce tasks. First thing is for Visual P300, I'll introduce what it is. So I can either create a new activity or take a break. I'll just create a new activity. I'll write instructions for the following experiment, right? I want this as the description before this, and I'll click next. And now I can introduce what the photos are and what these mean. So every photo I upload, I have an option of uploading a lot of photos. Every photo I upload, I will introduce it. So for example, image, I use the big ball. I open the file. I want the image to be there for, let's say, 4 seconds, and I want before the image an instruction to come. So I'll tick this checkbox, and I will say press space key when you see the big ball, right? So you can see the 4 minute is set here, 4 second. I'll upload more images, this time a small ball, duration 4. Show this as an instruction, and the schedule, do not do anything while you see the small ball. This text will obviously be shown before the image. So either I have an option of writing here and here that you will see the image right after this instruction. But for now, I'll let it be. And I'll upload another chessboard image just to make it a little more complicated for the person or the subject. Do not do anything when you see chess, right? And show is as in an instruction. So I will save this task. Now you can see the activity of 12 seconds in total, that is 4 images, has been saved here, and 3 images, right? So the baseline needs to be minimum 1 minute. It can be from 1 minute to 10 minutes. And the rest of the activities in total should be at least 1 minute. So I have done 12 seconds of introduction, minimum 48 seconds of the activity I need to do. So now I'll create the main experiment. I'll here add the task description. Task starts now. Please press space key when you see the big ball. I want to show it as a description before. Here you can deselect this and it will not show before the image. Now I will upload all my images here, the big ball, the small ball, and the chessboard. Now I will avoid any description because I want the user to just see, right? I can see big ball, small ball, and chessboard images. I will repeat the big ball image for 8 times. I will put the small ball for 20 times so that the big ball is less times, and chessboard I will put for 10 times. And I will shuffle this. So when you click shuffle, all the images will randomly come, not in order. Now I will add the marker, and the marker for the whole experiment is spacebar key, which we've put, and I will label it. Label would be big ball identified. So I will save. Now you can see the whole experiment is 38 seconds. It is not 48 seconds, so I cannot go ahead and save this experiment. So I'll again go to the activity. I will check next. I want to make, you can see images selected because that's what I uploaded. I will again select image and I will repeat the number of times, or maybe the duration. Let's say duration, instead of 1 second, I want the small ball to be shown for 2 seconds, big ball, and the small ball also should be shown for 2 seconds, and the chessboard also to be shown for 2 seconds. So now you can see the activity is now 1 minute and 16 seconds. I will save this activity. So here the whole durations are visible, and now I can either add breaks or new activity. The break also happens the same way, right? You can add description. Let's say I write something here and go next, and you can add a stimuli. So for now, I'll just let it be. I can either publish this or save it as a draft. When I hit publish, then it will be saved and I cannot make any edits later on. If I save as draft, I can save it and make changes later. So here you can see audio P300. Sorry, here you can see the visual P300 I've made on 16th Jan to 3 p.m. and this is as a draft, right? This I am on the dashboard of experiment page. I have a few actions here, and the actions is I can either edit or delete this experiment. If I have published, I won't be able to edit, and I have an option of exporting the whole experiment. The green button here with the play sign means that I can run the experiment, which I will show you in a bit. So let's say this is a published experiment. Here, if you go ahead, you will be able to only delete and not edit. When an experiment is published, it will be available with other uh, pod organizations, sorry, other of your IDs in the same organization also. But if you have saved it as a draft, only you as a user can see it and not other members in your organization can see. So I would recommend you to first create a draft, run it a few times by playing, and then only go ahead and create uh, it as a published experiment. So now I will run this Visual P300 experiment which we have created. I have connected the dongle and I have a headband with me. So the headband is connected. Here again, I have come back to the experiments. I have a draft which is now on top and I will play. Now that I have connected the headband on my head, I'll click continue. Here I'm seeing the raw EEG data, which I'll skip and I'll start the experiment. As you can see, the new screen has opened. I'll start the session, relax and avoid any movement. So baseline will happen now. This is the task instruction I sent in the beginning. For 1 minute, the baseline will be tested. Right. Now that the baseline is complete, here I have the instructions. Press space key when you see the big ball. I can press space here when I see the big ball. Do not do anything when you see the small ball. Here's the small ball. Do not do anything when you see the chessboard. Here's the chessboard. Press space key when you see the big ball. The task starts now. I'm not kidding. So this is how the experiment will run. When the session is over, you will see your created session in the sessions dashboard with the experiment name. So this is the experiment I just did. And here you can either choose to export the CSV and EDF, or you can create reports. When you choose to create a CSV, that is where you will see the markers also. For example, the space bar, the timing when I have put it. In the experiment, you have an option of importing experiments, creating experiments, and obviously publishing them. That's how you do. Thank you.